Hello and welcome to another Wednesday of Slashware streaming. Today I will be hosting the show. Stolberg is not going to be here today, and we are going to be taking a look at something special. We're going to see a new version of Emerald Woods, which we have been working for the past week. There was a version that we released, I believe it was last Monday, maybe, which already had a lot of improvements, and we actually put it on Reddit and it gathered some attention. But yeah, some of the feedback that we got from there pointed out that some improvements required on especially the crafting interface. So we have done a lot of work on that, and we're going to take a look at all that today. Um, this version is probably going to go out tomorrow or maybe even today. I'm not sure what's going to happen. So keep an eye out on the um, Emerald Woods page. And remember, Emerald Woods is farming roguelike. It's free for now. You can play it on slash.ish.io slash Emerald Woods. Um, you can play it online there in any platform, or you can download the Windows version. You can follow me on Twitch, sorry, on itch if you want to have a notification or follow the game. I believe that should be possible. Not sure about that. Um, so that you get the updates when the new versions are available. Now, what changes does this update bring? Uh, First off, let me lower the volume a little bit for the music so that you can hear me. Hopefully, that wasn't too bad a bit ago. And let's see. Uh, we I want to do this in an orderly way, right? I want to use the so we have a Discord channel, and if you haven't joined, you can get an invite to join the channel from the itch.io page. And the reason I bring this up is because we have a channel in the Discord server, sorry, called Open Development for Emerald Woods, and in here you can see all the updates that we make to the source code. All right. So let's go ahead. The onboarding has been revamped, and we're going to experience it completely. So we're going to create a new game, and we're going to, well, right now my onboarding is disabled. So it should now be much more guided. There's some steps that are going to block the input, so you have to read what's going on there. And basically, uh, the onboarding takes you to the movements so that you learn how to move around using the cursor key, the numpad, or even if you're in a laptop, you can use the first 9 keys on your left hand, basically the WASD and all the keys around to move. And you can press shift and a direction to change the facing, because in Emerald Woods facing is very important. All the actions are executed in front of you. We have put a lot of efforts in Emerald Woods for the UI to be super straightforward. Even if it's a roguelike where you are going to have the possibility to do a lot of things in the world, to interact in a lot of different ways with the world, um, it should be super easy to use. So, for example, here I'm going to bump this tree, and automatically the axe is going to be selected in my inventory. And I can use, there's a single action button that you can use for a lot of things. You can actually see what it will do here in this part of the HUD. And I can use it in this case to chop down this tree and pick the woods. But for some weird cases that contextual action is not enough, you can use space to bring up a complete menu with all the possible options of things you can do based on what tool you have equipped or selected and what part of the world is in front of you. You can change the tool you're selecting using tab. So for example, here is going to guide us to plant our first carrot seed. And it's also going to tell us that we need to protect it. So this is where you're going to see the first changes on this version, and they are regarding the crafting and the building modes. We now have a crafting mode. What it basically is about is you can now press escape and you will enter this crafting mode, and this is replacing the um, the previous imagine menu. So right now, instead of that, you're going to have this mode where you can select what you want to do, what you want to build, what you want to craft, and then craft it. So for instance, here I'm gonna select the wooden fence, then I press tab, and I will go to the building main mode. So you see it's a hybrid of the crafting mode and the movement mode, and in here the control action is build, so I can build stuff much more easily. I press tab and I go back to crafting mode where I can select a different thing to build. Tab again brings me again uh, to the building mode, and control builds whatever I want to build. So that's one of the biggest changes for this version, the addition of this mode. There are some other changes also for a more straightforward user experience, but before I'm going to discuss this one, the cabin. There is no cabin anymore. Before, in the previous versions, there used to be a cabin here that you could use. It even had um, bed. It was pretty cool. But we decided to instead have the player build his own cabin. I mentioned that because in the cabin there's still some interesting things that I'm going to discuss. First one is this steel pot. There's also a skillet. Basically, these are cooking tools, and you can to continue with the tutorial or with the onboarding, we need to fill to brew some coffee. So in order to do that, you need to fill the steel pot with water, and again, this can be done just by having the water or the steel pot selected and then using the contextual action key. And then it's telling us to build a campfire. So we go again to the crafting mode and we select the campfire, and from here we can just press enter to build the campfire, or we can go to the building mode and decide where we want to place it and then place it there. It's telling us that we need some more materials. We need 3 woods and 2 stones. So we grab them and we go back to the crafting mode and build the campfire. Now we're going to put that steel pot with water on top of the campfire. Just pressing Ctrl while it is selected lets us do that, and pressing Ctrl again takes us to the cooking mode, which is very similar to the crafting mode, but well, it's not crafting and building, but still food. It's instead food. So from here we can select from the boil tab, we can select the coffee recipe, which requires a steel pot, 5 units of water, and 5 coffee beans. We start with 6 coffee beans, so we can produce it, we brew it, and then we can pick it up just pressing Ctrl, and it's now transformed into coffee, the essence of life. Now, to continue, well, the onboarding tells us we need to chop down this campfire just to show people that we can destroy almost anything in the world. And we can pick it, and the final step on the onboarding, on the updated onboarding, is picking up this map, and it gives us some tips for the additional ways of interacting with the world regarding treating with animals, capturing animals and bringing them to your farm and so on. And in here you can take a look at our beautiful procedurally generated maps of the surroundings. So we are in the middle of, we are in these ruined stations, and it's showing us 4 nearby stations that we could decide to go and check. So yeah, that's probably one of the big amount of changes is the crafting mode, the updated onboarding for that crafting mode, and some other improvements that we did on that. And what else? Well, let me check the changelog to see if I missed anything. In the meantime, well, remember you can play this game. I'm gonna put up some information about that here. Let me do that very quickly. There you are. You can play this game at slash.itch.io /emerald-woods, or just from the /itch.io page you can go there. Um, so if you have not, well, feel free to do that and download it, and you could play online as well. And I was going to change the changelog. So well, it's pretty big. Let me see if I missed anything. Um, all right. This is, I believe this is also part of this version, the containers. So we now have container items like this box, and you can also craft them. And yeah, just pressing Control will allow you to see what's inside the container. So I can drop stuff there. Let's say I drop these mangoes, and believe me, they are needed because in Emerald Woods you will get a lot of different stuff. So being able to craft containers is helpful. This is the initial version of that, and we're probably going to improve it in the subsequent versions. But still, it's helpful. So for example here, another thing, it's a little a small change but important, and it had been requested since a long time ago, is the ability to obtain seeds from some fruits when you consume them, like for example this mango. I'm going to eat it because it's getting late and I'm getting hungry. So I just eat the mango and I get a mango seed that I can plant. I'm gonna plant that in here. So we just use the hoe to prepare the ground and then put the mango seed. One key difference of Emerald Woods compared to a lot of other farming simulators is that you do not need to water the crops because that's boring. And maybe I don't know, maybe in the future I will add that, but I don't have any plans to do that right now. So it's because of the experiments that took place here. The soil is magical or something like that. So you don't have to water it and the things grow much more quickly. So yeah, just something to have in mind there. There's also a change in the wording of the transform command. So instead of eating the mango, I can smash it. So basically, I can take the seed out of it, and in here, well, I will get the seed, and I can eat this mashed mango. And actually, some recipes I forgot. Oh, I destroyed the campfire. Some recipes will allow will require some mashed materials. We are going to see that in a little bit, like guacamole or uh, watermole. I forgot how we named it. Now, what is missing in this update? And we just realized it after some feedback that we got from the Roguelikes Discord. This onboarding covers a lot of stuff, but doesn't cover a critical part of the game, which is safe sleeping. As you can see, I am now very fatigued. If I continue working, I will faint. And if I faint, my health will take a big hit. That's not mentioned anywhere in the onboarding, but you know it now from from the best possible source of information, which is me. Now, there are two ways that I can get a safe sleep. First one is sleeping in an enclosed area, like a room or something like that. Second one is sleeping by a campfire. So we're gonna go for that option first, and then I'm gonna show you the other option. So I'm gathering what I need to make the campfire, and I'm gonna go ahead and build it. There's the campfire. Now I can sleep safely. It's gonna be uncomfortable if I don't have a bed or a bedroll, but it's not gonna hit me hard on my health. So I will do that right now. I will sleep here. It's 10 p.m. So we we press the M button, or we can also access that using the space menu, and we go to sleep. Go to sleep, yes. We go to sleep, and we successfully survived for a day here, unscathed, unharmed. So we're gonna leave that um, campfire here. I'm also gonna show you that some recipes, for example, the mango juice, which is here, require the carrot juice require the carrots to be mashed to be prepared. So yeah, that T command, or the transform command, was transformed so that it's a little bit more involved now. Let me see what else I can gather from the commit log of the game, and where was I seeing it? Let me check that. In the meantime, if you have any questions about the game, feel free to put them in the chat and I will be sure to take a look. Emerald Woods is a weird game because it's a roguelike. You can die in Emerald Woods, but it's very unlikely if you take care of yourself. Uh, but even being a roguelike, there is no combat at all. We do not want to add combat to Emerald Woods. And the reasons for that is we want to make something different, a different experience. So we are taking a lot of stuff from roguelikes, but it's not a traditional roguelike in this, or a survival roguelike, you know. We could easily have put some dangerous animals or monsters around, and you'd have to create a base to protect from those monsters. You know, it's been done so many times. But we did not do that. And the reason we did not do that is we want to provide a different experience where you are more focused on living alone in the woods. That is what Emerald Woods is about. Trying to give you that feeling of freedom and you being able to do whatever you want. You can do a lot of stuff here. You can build stuff, you can create your own farm of animals or crops, and you can even explore. I mentioned that already. There's this map, so you can decide to walk around, prepare for these small journeys, and just see what's on these other stations and beyond. There's some plot there that you may want to discover about what happened here, or you may want to ignore all that and just live your life here in the woods. Okay, what else? Mining has been also revamped. So if we take a look at the map, and I will take advantage of that to mention this. We still have this shed in the ruined cabin, and you can use it if you want. You can get the tools from here, but if you want the challenge, instead you will find these tools also as rewards or as prizes in the stations. So for this demo, I prefer to do that. But some people, or maybe for this run, you may be feeling like you don't want to do that, but you want to go mining. So that's what I'm going to do. I took a pickaxe from there, and I'm gonna go and mine a bit. But I forgot that I need to prepare in advance some carrots here because else we're going to starve. So I'm going to seed some carrots so that when we are back from our little adventure, we can have some food. So yeah, just extending this small fence that I did a little bit, and I'm going to put some carrots here. What happens? I need to cut, okay, machete to cut the grass and the hoe to prepare it. go to building mode, select the fence, and we complete it. Do we have enough wood? No, we need more wood. I'm going to get the wood because these critters, you see that red toad there, he's going to eat my stuff if I don't catch it. I'm gonna put him, I'm gonna keep him in the inventory for now, but yeah, it's going to be occupying some inventory space there. So I needed to eventually drop it somewhere far away, or yeah, I can just drop it near the house once once I complete the fence. I have 17 wood, that should be enough, so I go back to the building mode, build, oops, I was a bit careless there. Oh, I fainted. That happened live. I overworked myself and fainted. And as you can see, I lost a huge chunk of health. And the only way to recover it is going to be sleeping well for some days. So I need some sleep. It's 4:30 a.m. That was a bit unplanned. But I'm going to still use a little bit of energy to seed some of these carrot seeds. It's the dawn of a new day. I'm hungry. My health has had a huge hit because I fainted in the woods. So we need to recover that. I'm going to go near the campfire and take some naps there for a little bit. That's probably going to recover some of my fatigue at the expense of food. Alright, so I'm going to eat this wacko, so I'm going to sacrifice this frog and then I'm going to cook it because else it may be dangerous. So wacko, grilled wacko, that's like a simple recipe, but there are more elaborate recipes. In this case there is none for wacko, but yeah, eventually we can do other things like fried eggs. Yeah, there's no wacko. We can do a berry pie. That's a good one. We need 3 different types of pies. For now, I grill the wacko and I eat it. And let's see. We already put this, so yeah, it's safe now. Let's tear this down. I forgot to mention that another new item that you have is the backpack. You can pick it up and it's a portable container. Well, actually the boxes are portable too, but the backpack it's designed to be portable. It's lighter, and into it, well, you can put stuff, and it comes with a single item, the laptop. So in the future, you will be able to do stuff in your laptop. So imagine you after you build a decent cabin, not this piece of garbage, you can sit down and work in your laptop. And what can you do? Well, that's gonna be a surprise. I'm gonna tell you afterwards. We pick that Clamatopy, and as you can see here, let me disappear for a while. And in the lower left corner, there's a list of stuff that you can do if you want, and that includes capturing at least one of each animal that you can find in the woods. There are right now 22 different species of animals. And in these field notes, I keep track of all the ones that I have captured, the Waku, Clamatopy, and 3P so far. Alright, back to what we were planning to do, mining. So we took a look at the map, and there's some mountains to the south of that abandoned station. These are the mountains. And we can now mine. So some of the changes that this version has is that you will now have a chance of finding minerals when mining. So you can find flintstone, you can find just normal stone, like in this case, there's some stone here. But yeah, the main new thing is the flintstone, because previously there was no way to get flintstone. Now you can mine, and if you mine enough, you may be able to find some flintstone. Tired. So in here, for instance, I'm going to sleep in a safe enclosed space. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a door here. And now I am in this small enclosed space, so I don't have to build a fireplace to sleep. It's 11 p.m. and I will not be able to make it back to the cabin to use the fireplace, or I don't want to build another one, so I just gonna sleep here in this small hole in the caves. I still had an uncomfortable sleep, but at least I did not lose my health. Now, as you can see here, I mined some flintstone, but my inventory is full already. So I'm gonna drop my backpack here, and I'm gonna put some stuff on it. I'm gonna put these seeds, the coffee bean, these other seeds, and the backpack has actually a very limited capacity, at least for now. But at least it should allow us to carry some more stuff. So get the backpack back and get the flintstone. And yeah, this is not new for this version, but just a reminder that inside the mines, inside the cave, you can find cool stuff like this. That's a Meki, I believe this is the name, Meki. And we cannot pick it up. So we have to capture it. And the way to capture it is we give him some nuts. This was also streamlined so that it's easier to do. I'm gonna give him the 2 nuts I have. And then I try to use the leash. And there you have it. I got the Meki now. And it is leashed, so it's not going to follow me because I leashed it. Oh, and that's also a cave dweller. The fox photo. This one is lighter, so I can just pick it. So if I wanted, I could make a house here. It looks pretty good. And it's pretty big. Oh, this is a good cave. It even has some flintstone generated. And some dongos. I'm tired. So I'm tired. I'm gonna rest for a little bit. I'm very hungry. So let's eat the last mango that we have. That's not enough. We're gonna have to sacrifice this Clamatopy. So we have 3 stones, but we do not have wood. We cannot make a campfire here. So we're gonna go out. Let's take this Meki with us. It's 2:30 p.m. I'm gonna try to take it to the farm. So I'm gonna need to open some space for it to pass. Let's go. I can always use the O command to orient myself. So in this case, I want to go to the campfire, so it's telling me that it's to the north. We'll just go there. And in the future, we can make a small house for this Meki. For now, I'm gonna unleash it, but I want to at least keep it around. So I'm going to go to the building mode and fence this just like this, and add a fence gate here and bring the Meki in, and then unleash it. So it's free to go, but it won't go away a lot because I did that small thing for him, or for it. What else? Let me see, checking the log here. So we already saw mining. Um, the improvements on the usability of putting stuff on top of the fireplaces. Um, what else? There's so many changes. I'm trying to find here something that is like super relevant so that I don't miss it. you now have more recoverable. So it's like these small changes. You can now recover a lot more of stamina by drinking or eating items such as coffee. So you can do more stuff in the day if you wanted. Um, there's also, as you saw when I picked some of the tools, it gave me a small hint of what the tool does. That happens the first time, and it's helpful, especially the um, when you find the tools in these stations, because it opens you different possibilities of things you can do. And I believe, well, another big change, but I don't think I will be able to showcase that today, is the recipes that now use aspects. So basically, before this, the recipes required like specific items. Like for example here, this one requires a carrot, honey, oil. Now we also have recipes that require a type of item. Like this fried egg recipe, it requires any type of egg. So that was a big change. That was a big change, but it's also gonna open the possibilities in the future for more complex recipes that can use different types of ingredients. So yeah, there's that. You can now make your breakfast using any kind of egg. And to get eggs, you need to feed your uh, animals with nuts every day. And I believe that should be it. Yeah, I'm having a hard time like figuring out what's the cut point from the last release. But yeah, I think that's it. There were some fixes here and there because we are always improving the game, improving the UI and improving the game, removing some annoying bugs. But I believe the biggest changes were these. So yeah, this is the version 0.3.0 of Emerald Woods, and it's gonna be available pretty soon for you for free in the slash.itch.io page. I probably missed one or two things, but I believe I covered most of what this version brings, and I I will leave it like that. You can do a lot of stuff. The next step for me in this game will probably be to ensure. Oh well, first I have to sleep. So we sleep here, but we eat something first. So let's sacrifice this little bird and grill it and eat it. And then we can safely sleep. And yeah, the next thing I would do here would be to ensure there's a source of food, like waiting for these carrots to grow and then taking another one. And I wonder if that's what. Oh, he escaped. He escaped because I left this hole here, so it escaped from the place I had. Um, Come back here. So that's Emerald Woods. I hope you enjoyed this small tour of the new version of the game. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel /4interactive and also to the Twitch channel, which is also /4interactive. You can follow me on Twitter /e_. I post a lot of frequent updates on my games there, including Emerald Woods. So that's another option. And yeah, I believe that's it for today's streaming. Please join the Discord. We have a lot of discussion going on in the game. Emerald Woods is in early phase of development, you have a chance to help shape it, and it's very likely that if you put some request for a feature, it's probably going to go in if I find it interesting. So this is a good chance for you to shape the future of Emerald Woods. We will eventually go into early access on Steam, and then yeah, it's like a second phase of the development of the game. That's not going to happen anytime soon, but eventually we will do that. So yeah, you're welcome to join the Discord and discuss the future of the game and other games from Slasher Interactive. For now, that's it. Thank you for watching and have a great day today.